Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Gabrielle. If you're not, thank you for coming back. So we have a different filming setup today. As I was just setting everything up, my tripod, my ring light and everything, my ring light blew up, which maybe was a blessing in disguise. I just actually was looking for new lighting. I was looking at the panel lighting and then softbox, whatever, but I didn't buy one because I just was like, my ring light's working and do I need to spend the money on new lighting? Whatever. But I have my camera set up in front of my window right now. So this is completely natural lighting. I don't have any ring light or anything on, which might end up being better and a little bit of a different angle of my bed and everything. So if you guys like this lighting in this setup, then let me know if you see a difference. But today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my current makeup routine and my current skincare routine. A lovely lady named Momina had requested this video. Sorry if I said that wrong. She requested this video and I've updated a lot of things in my makeup. My morning skincare is very simple, so we'll go through that quickly. And I have found some really bomb products. One specifically, I found the best mascara I've ever tried. I've tried a lot and I always go back to my CoverGirl mascara. And I knew it was good because the first night I wore it, my stepdad was sitting next to me and he was like, "Do you have fake eyelashes on?" And I was like, "No." And then I realized that was the first night I had ever used this new mascara. So it's so good. It makes your eyelashes so long and thick. It's insane. So let's just get started. Okay, so we'll start with my morning skincare routine. Morning skincare routine is very simple, and I just realized I forgot to grab one of the things, but it's okay. So in the shower, I use Purity. It's a gentle cleanser from Philosophy. I've been using that for years. It is the best gentle cleanser and does an amazing job of taking your makeup off too. So I use Purity to wash my face. Depending on my skin and if it feels dry, if it feels hydrated, I will use this hyaluronic acid. This is from Amazon. I'll link it in the description box below. I found this from a nurse practitioner. She is a cosmetic aesthetic injector in LA. She recommended this and it's inexpensive and it's just plain hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid, the consistency almost feels like a gel. So I love it almost when you get out of the shower and your skin is still a little damp to just press it in. This is also good to use before you use the Tinkle. Is it Tinkle or Twinkle? Twinkle. I don't know. I'll link them in the description box. It is the facial razors that I use just to get the peach fuzz and the dead skin off. This is amazing to use right before you do that, so you're not doing it on dry skin, so you're actually doing it on moist, damp skin. Word's so gross. So I'll link this. So I use that depending on how my skin feels. I always use my Dermalogica Active Moist. This is actually running low. So this is an oil-free lightweight moisturizer, but it's so hydrating. Leaves a nice dew to your skin, but it's good for you if you have combination oily or if you have dry skin. It's going to be a really light moisturizer that's not going to break you out. I'm so scared to try new moisturizers because I just know I'm going to break out. So I've been using that for a long time and I love it. And then I go in with my eye cream. So this is Hope in a Tube. This is also from Philosophy. I have been using this. This is the only eye cream I've ever used, actually. This is a very greasy, thicker eye cream, I would say. So if you don't like greasy and you like when it penetrates and goes away, I wouldn't say this is going to be good for you. But I love a greasy eye cream. I feel like on... Very snoring in the back. I feel like... Oh, that just scared the shit out of me. The wind blew my door closed. I love a greasy under eye, especially on no makeup days. I feel like it just gives your skin some life and almost gives a natural where you would put highlighter, a natural highlight. So I love this stuff. So that's pretty much it for my morning skincare. And then I go in with my Supergoop Glowscreen SPF. I was using the SkinCeuticals Vitamin C, the CE Ferulic serum. I was using that. I went through 2 bottles, I believe, and I really liked it, but my esthetician, the lady who does my facials, she had told me that the SkinCeuticals, the CE Ferulic, can be a little heavy if you have combination skin or skin that gets congested easily, which that's me. My skin gets really congested easily. My pores get clogged. I have to relieve everything. That's why I get facials. So that, she said, is geared more towards mature skin, whereas the SkinCeuticals Florentine, I think it's called, Vitamin C, would be better for me. So that's the next one I'm going to try. I would be interested to try a cheaper one, but I feel like if you can buy, certain things, medical grade skincare, your skin will thank you later. So I am going to try the Florentine, the vitamin C from SkinCeuticals. And that's pretty much it for my morning skincare before I do my makeup. I will go in with the Heritage Store, the Rose Water Spray. I love this stuff. I will go in and spray this on my face before I do my makeup if I have a no makeup day. If I just need a little spritz, it's like fresh and just feels good and leaves your skin feeling super hydrated. So that is my skincare routine in the morning. And so for makeup, so I have been using the Hollywood Flawless Filter. So I've been using this kind of like as a base, as a foundation, just as all over my face, honestly. I think it says it's used for, you could use it for a primer or you could use it as a highlighter depending on what shade. I use it in shade 4.5. This pretty much matches my skin tone. I have used the 5. I feel like it's a little too orange and warm on my skin tone, so I've been using this. But today I actually used the It Cosmetics CC cream. I used to use this like a lot. This was like what I used for a really long time because I don't love foundation. I did buy the Nars Radiant Longwear. I like that foundation. But since my skin is oily, I feel like it's a foundation that I would want to wear like at nighttime if I want a heavier face and I really, really have to set it. But I like the finish of it. But I use this today and I'm like, oh, should I just start using this again? You know, like when you pick up an old product that you used to use and then you like realize why you liked it so much? You don't need a lot of it though. I literally used a half of a pump, like not even close to a full pump. I used a half of a pump. I use this in shade medium tan, but what I love about this is it has SPF 50 in it, which is great. So I did skip the glow screen today, the Supergoop Glowscreen, and use this all over. I love the way this stuff smells. It smells like fresh, clean lemon, and I just feel like It Cosmetics is so geared towards skincare and healthy skin. That's what I love about it. I just get so scared with heavy foundations and everything, and I feel like my skin doesn't need a heavy foundation, that my skin is just going to get irritated and congested, and then it just gets broken out, and it's like an annoying cycle. So I use this today. So this is like probably, I would say, if I had to pick one base, one foundation to use for the rest of my life, I would probably use this. Because you don't need a lot of it. It has your SPF in it. It doesn't break me out. It has good skincare. And it just like cancels all your redness out. Gives like a nice even base. And you can pretty much control how much coverage you want. If you want heavy coverage, this will give you heavy coverage. If you want light coverage, like I like light coverage, and I only use a half a pump and I can control it, and it still covers everything. Like it's so nice and it just sits on your skin well. It doesn't separate, it doesn't oxidize. I hate when that happens with makeup. So I use this today. So I'm back on the It Cosmetics CC cream bandwagon, but I have been using this too. This is so bomb. If you don't have this, this is amazing. I actually used this on my grandma's skin last week. She went out to dinner with her sister and her husband, and it's so weird saying sister because I think of her as an aunt, but she used this. I put this on her and I used a cream blush on her that I'm going to be talking about, and she was like glowing. Like this is like if you want your skin to glow within, you're feeling dull, get this Hollywood Flawless Filter. So that's for my base. I've still been using the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. This is such a good high coverage but not cakey concealer. I love this stuff. You could honestly swipe all over your face if you don't have foundation. It would work as a foundation. I use it in the shade Light Beige. I just do a tiny bit in like right here and at the outer corner, and then I just spread it around, use it in my red spots. I'm really red like under my nose area. But this is just like high coverage. You don't need a lot of it. It does its job and it doesn't crease. I did try the Tarte Creaseless Concealer not that long ago, and it says it's a creaseless concealer and it creases so bad, like so bad. So I'm considering maybe getting this in a lighter shade. This is pretty close to my actual skin tone, so I kind of want to get a lighter shade for like days I want to be like a little bit brighter. I think that looks really good at like nighttime, like when you're like have a bright contoured under eye. So I've been using that, and then to set, I've been using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. This stuff is amazing. If you don't have this in your makeup kit, you need to get this. Literally, I also use this on my grandma a little bit. This is something that erases your pores. It fills your pores, it smooths out your pores, and it doesn't feel heavy. I'm not a heavy makeup person. I don't like how it feels when I have a lot of makeup on. It literally makes me want to rip it all off. So this is so bomb for that. If you need a new like micro fine thin powder, it's not gonna set as much as a Laura Mercier translucent or any translucent powder would set your face, but if you're just looking for like a light powder dust over to kind of just like set everything, set your under eyes, set your T-zone. That's amazing. If you want, you could use that, and then on top of it, if you need extra, you could do the translucent powder on top. That powder is just amazing. I feel like it's amazing for touch-ups too. It doesn't pile on your skin and leave like 10 layers. So that was it for my powders. And then I have been using this kind of on and off. It just depends on what type of mood I am. I've never used cream contour consistently. I feel like I just use it when I want to, or like at nighttime. Like if I'm just rushing through my makeup and I just want to put on a few things, I'm not going to use a cream bronzer. I'm just going to use my powder bronzer and just kind of fluff it all over. But I love this stuff. So I've been using the Huda Beauty. It's the Tantour. This is in shade Light. It's super creamy. You do not need a lot of it. You literally dip your brush in it. I use the Real Techniques, I think it's called the Expert Face Brush. It's like a short, stiff brush. And it's a really, really nice brown tone. What I like about it is it's not cool and muddy, but it's also not warm. So I feel like it's really nice. It's super creamy and it does not move. So I've been really into the Tantour, and I like the name of it. I like her packaging too. This is actually, I think, the first Huda Beauty product that I've tried from her. Next thing I want to try from Huda Beauty is her lip liner. I heard her lip liner is good. And her setting powder, but the setting powder has a really strong smell, I think. And I just feel like extra fragrances in makeup is just a recipe for disaster when you have sensitive skin. So I'm going to stick with this. I use it sparingly, but if you need a really good cream contour, this is something where you could really go in and contour your face with. If you need a good cream contour, try this. I did just try the Milk Makeup, the Baked. I tried the mini because if there's a mini of a makeup and I'm just trying it for the first time, I would rather get the mini so that I'm not spending a ton of money on something that I hate. So the Milk Makeup one, the Baked one, it was good, but I feel like since I got used to this, which is high coverage, it doesn't move, it's super, super pigmented, the Milk Makeup didn't really do it for me. Like, and I don't know if it was the shade, but it was super creamy, but I just feel like my oily skin like ate it. Like my skin eats makeup. So I have to almost, I would rather get something higher coverage, more pigmented, and use way less of it than, you know, piling layers and layers and layers on. So I've been using Huda Beauty. And then for powder bronzer, oh, I love this stuff. I've been using the Too Faced. I have a problem with bronzers. I always am kind of changing bronzers. I used Nars Casino for a really long time. I haven't used that in probably like 6 months, I would say. I started using the Charlotte Tilbury, the Airbrush bronzer. That one's good too. It pulls a little bit more reddish warm to me. And I also alternate too with the MAC Give Me Sun. I love that. I just feel like I have to be tan with it. My mom and I were talking about the other day. If you have a really pale face, I feel like the MAC Give Me Sun can pull a little orange in certain lightings. And, you know, I'll take an orange body, but I would prefer not having an orange face. So I've been using the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. I'd always heard about this, but I had never gotten it actually, which is weird because I love Too Faced products. This is a perfect bronzer that's not cool. Well, I would say it's more to the cool side than it is to the warm side. It's matte, which I love. I feel like I've never found a matte bronzer that I love. I'm into matte bronzers because if you have any sort of acne scars, I have acne scars like right here on my cheeks from having acne in high school, and I feel like matte just looks better on that. If you have scars, if you have texture, it looks better on it because sparkles can tend to like draw attention to it and make it like more loud than you want it to be. Like you want to cover the scars, you don't want to accentuate them. So I love this because it's matte, it smells delicious, it's really creamy, you don't need a lot of it, which is nice. I just like dip it in and just do it all over. I also use this with my Real Techniques brush, but this is a really good just chocolatey brown bronzer that I have been using. And then, oh, speaking of that, another thing that I forgot to mention are these two brushes that I got in the last, I don't know, a few months that I've been trying. So I got this Sephora brush. It's number 64. It's a foundation brush. I love this stuff. So I've been using it for my flawless filter because this has a sponge tip applicator. So what I'll do is I'll kind of like spread this all over, and then to go in and blend it out, I've been using this Sephora, the 64 brush. So good. The bristles are nice. It's very like, I just like the shape of the brush. Like when you hold it, I feel like it's really nice, and it just does like a nice light blend. It's not super hard to use. I am not like, I've always used a beauty blender. I don't buy a ton of makeup brushes. I always kind of use the same ones and kind of just work with what I have. But this is just really easy to use and it's just really good. So I'm really into that. And then I've been using this, which I wanted for so long. I've been using this Hourglass brush, which the reason I didn't buy it for so long is because it's like 68 bucks. And I was like, why am I going to spend 68 bucks on a brush? So I would always have it in my cart during the VIB sale, which is like December. I think did they do it in November too? Or they do, I know they do a spring VIB. I think the other one's in December. Anyways, every time they have the sale where, you know, you get the 10% off, the 15% off, or the 20% off, depending on what level you are in their tiers of their point system. I always had this in my cart and it always sold out. And I'm like, okay, why does it sell out every time? So I actually ended up buying it. Where was I? I feel like I was on a trip somewhere and I ended up buying this because they had it. They never have it in store. And I saw it and I was like, okay, I have to buy it. But it's such a good brush. So it's a dual-ended powder brush. This is the thick one. This you can use. I'm like, I'm being a hoarder and like not using this part because I just want it to stay soft and beautiful. But I've been using this for the Charlotte Tilbury powder or just any type of translucent powder. It's like the perfect shape to go under your eyes because it's like a little bit pointed. But the brushes, like, oh, it's so soft. If you guys could feel this through the camera, it's so freaking soft. It's worth every penny. So I love this. And if you just want to do like a little splurge item on a brush, get this brush. It's 2-in-1. So I've been using that. Those were my two brushes that I had to show you guys. So that was it for most of my face. And then blush. So I have been using this. I actually mentioned this in one of my favorites videos, but this is the Patrick Ta blush and She's That Girl. This is the powder. It's a really, really pretty, like, I don't even know what you would call that. Pinky color, but has a little bit of peach in it. And then this is the cream on top. So it's a duo. There's a cream and then a powder blush. The cream I have been using with this brush right here. This is a Real Techniques. Oh, what does it say? Stippling brush. So I've been using this stippling brush to apply my blush, using the cream first and then using this powder blush. I love this blush. I've been using this for a while now. There's no sparkle to it, which is nice. I did used to use Nars Orgasm, but like I said, sometimes all that sparkle in those areas where you have scarring or texture, it just accentuates it and it just doesn't look good. So I love Patrick Ta's blush. I don't know how many other shades he has in the blush, but this one is like a very bright pink, which I love bright pink. Like if I want to do a blush, I want it to be bright pink. I want it to look like I'm flushed and natural. So I've been using that. And then I've also been using all the time, no makeup days, whatever. I've been using this Benetint. This is something that I will never ever be without. This is so good. So it's a little, I think this is the mini version. It has a sponge tip applicator. It's like a rosy tint. So it doesn't look like you have makeup on. When you're on no makeup days and you just want to look alive and like you have color in your face and you want to look like you're naturally flushed, this is the one to try. So it's a nice rosy tint. You can use it on your lips too. I'm never gonna use it on my lips. I love a white pink canceled out lip. That's like my jam. But this is really nice. I just like do it like all in my blush area, even on my nose, and you just look like flushed and natural, like you were just running or you just look over from a nap, or you know, that like natural flushed look. So I love that stuff. And then where were we at? I'm blanking right now. Okay, so I'm done with my blush. Oh, highlighter. I've been using this highlighter for years. This is the Hourglass Euphoric, the Strobe light. So this is, I have had this. It's probably expired. Definitely expired. Yeah, it says 12 months. I probably had this for like 4 years still. This is, and it's so crazy because I haven't even made a dent. This is the Ambient Euphoric Strobe light. This is like the best creamy highlight. It's light, kind of reminds me of a champagne silvery color. It's not very yellow. It's not anything like, I almost just said champagne toast, but that's the candle from Bath & Body Works. What the heck was that highlighter called? I had it. Everyone had it. From Becca Cosmetics, and it was a collaboration with Jaclyn Hill. Champagne something. If you guys remember, tell me. Champagne what? Oh, Champagne Pop. Champagne Pop. So it's opposite from Champagne Pop. It's very light. It almost has like a pinky rosy undertone, which I feel like is really nice. It's very natural. And Hourglass powders are so creamy and like just delicious on your skin. Like it just feels, their products are more expensive, but you're getting amazing packaging, amazing quality. And their powders are just so creamy and like they just glide on your skin. They're not chalky. Speaking of chalky, I did try one of Sephora Collection's blushes. It was, I don't know, it was a peach colored blush. So chalky, so dry. I ended up returning it. It was not creamy at all, and I was kind of disappointed. I usually don't buy Sephora Collection makeup just because I don't even think of it, honestly. I love their eyeliner. I really want to try their lip gloss. I actually heard their lip glosses are really good, but I just didn't love the formula of their blush, so I don't know. So that's it for my face. And then onto my eyes, which is really where I switched things up. So I have been using this palette from Too Faced. It's called the Natural Nudes. The best palette, honestly, if you are into like brown shades. So this is a palette right here. It has a mixture of matte shades and also some sparkly shades. The sparkly shades are honestly not that good in this palette. I feel like, well, maybe it's because I did it with a brush. I feel like with sparkly shades, it's better to do on the back of your finger. I feel like it warms it up and really actually picks up the color. So maybe it was just because I used a brush, but I'm just like a matte eyeshadow girl. But I'm telling you, the brown tones in this are perfect. I use the shade Cocoa, Truffle, and Warm Rose. But the color Maple, honestly, now that I'm looking at it, looks really pretty. And then you see this like white matte shade in the corner. I have been doing that like under my brow bone and then on my inner corner. It's like a really nice, just creamy white. But I love Too Faced eye palettes. I feel like that's the only eyeshadow palette that I've ever really loved. I use is it the milk chocolate? I have semi-sweet and milk chocolate now that I think about it. But Too Faced like eyeshadow palettes are really the only eyeshadow palettes I use. I have like an Urban Decay, the Heat one. I think it's called like Naked Heat, which is very warm and reddish tones. I don't even really use that, honestly. But between this and just buying MAC eyeshadows, those are like the two things that I use for eyeshadows. But I've been really into this palette. And it's pigmented. You don't need a lot of it. And it just like shows up on your skin. And it's everything you want in an eyeshadow palette. I'm sorry, I'm getting really hungry right now, so I'm just gonna drink my, so this is me. This is my hot coffee from this morning that I only drank half of, that I put ice cubes on, like, I don't know, an hour ago because it just got cold from sitting out and not being drunk. Not being drinking. I feel like drinking is not a word. It was not being drunken. Oh, I don't know. I need my mom, if you're watching this, you're gonna kill me. She hates when I mess up on my grammar or spelling. She's like the grammar police, literally. But I am now drinking the iced coffee in hopes that it curbs my appetite until after I finish this video. I don't know what I want to eat. I've been really craving Chick-fil-A. But I also, the Chick-fil-A near me is, it's like 20 minutes away, and it goes on a super annoying freeway that is always crowded, and I'm just like, do I even want to subject myself to that just to get a chicken sandwich? Not really. I could go like 10 other places. So anyways, I've been using that, but the winner of all my current makeup routine that I have updated, I haven't really updated much, the winner of everything are the next two products. So I recently got the Mercier Burnished Bronze. It's what I have on my eyes right now. It's the Caviar Eye Stick color. This is so bomb. So this is like basically a one and done eyeshadow, eyeliner, smudge it all around, keep it tight lined, smudge it and make it like a smoky eye. There's a ton of colors. It's creamy. It does not move. It's the best ever. If you are like in a rush or you just want to throw on some eye makeup, I love eyeliner. I've always worn eyeliner. I'm like an eyeliner girl. I've always loved the look of like a heavy liner, but I've never loved a liquid line on my eye. I don't know why. I feel like maybe because I just don't do it as straight as I would want it to look. Maybe that's why. But I feel like this is just like the perfect hybrid between an eyeshadow and an eyeliner. And I just went like this. I literally did it all on my upper eyelid, all underneath, so it's like a one and done. You don't have to use, you know, 10 different eyeshadows to achieve this look, and this is so good. So this Burnished Bronze color, I think it's sold out on Sephora right now. I actually got it in store at Sephora, but I think it's sold out online. It is like a coppery brown with like purple undertones. So if you are in that brown eye, hazel, green eye group, I don't know if I should call it that. If you are in that sector of eyes, what am I saying right now? Literally, what am I saying? But if you have any of those shades of eyes, this is so freaking pretty. So I've been using this, just bringing it around my eye literally, and then I've just been doing, because I still love like a winged out look, I've been using this MAC. This is like the best MAC brush. I think it's a 211 brush. It's kind of rubbed off. It's like a really stiff flat brush, and just winging it like this, and then I'm done. So that's what I've been using on my eyes besides the palette. I've just been using the Cocoa from the Natural Nudes on my crease, and then I've been using that, and I'm just done. I don't have to use like 10 different eyeliners, because before I was using like 3 different eyeliners when I was doing my makeup. So that just like cut down my makeup routine like time, and it stays. I was so scared that it was going to move around or my eyes were going to eat it, because my face eats makeup. Like, it's just oily and it eats it, and it stays. So I've been using that. And then I use my Amazon eyelash curler. It's rose gold. I think it's like $5. I'll link this too in the description box. I'll link everything I'm talking about underneath. But I've been using this. I love this. I curl my lashes like 3 times before I curl them. I like my eyelashes to be as up and as curled and as dark and dramatic as possible, which brings me to the holy grail mascara that I found. This stuff is the bomb. This is the Diorshow Blackout mascara. So it is darkest black you could ever get from a mascara. Sorry, I'm like paying attention to this little bang that is sticking out right here. Lay down. Okay, there we go. So the Diorshow Blackout. This is so freaking good. So I have used the primer in the past of the Diorshow. I've never used the original mascara. I don't know what made me get this. I was in Sephora buying other stuff, and I just somehow like came upon this and was like, all right, I'm just gonna spend 29 bucks and try a mascara. This is so good. This is how I know it's good, is the first night I wore it, my stepdad, I came home, my stepdad sat next to me and was like, do you have fake eyelashes on right now? And I was like, oh, no, but I've used a new mascara. So that's how you know it's good. That's how you know it's good. So it's a Diorshow Blackout. It's like the blackest black you could get from a mascara, because I'm telling you, there's different shades of black. And when I do my mascara, I want it to be like so insanely dark. And the wand is just so, oh, it's so good. And it's not too wet when you first start using it, which is what I hate. It doesn't flake. Every mascara I've tried, I feel like flakes and crumbles like under my eyes by the end of the day. Like the Too Faced Better Than Sex does that for me. I've tried other ones and it's just so annoying. This is the brush. A nice long brush, and it's just, I honestly, you guys just have to try it. I can't even describe what it does to your lashes. Excuse me, hold on. I get so excited when I talk about products that my throat starts getting an issue, because I'm like so excited. So this, you guys just need to try it. It lengthens your lashes. It makes your lashes like thicker and like volumized. It does everything you want mascara to do. It doesn't flake. You can use like a good 3 to 4 coats and it's still not gonna look clumpy. And the brush, just like the shape of it, the formula, I don't know what it is about it, but it's just amazing. So been using that. I actually got my mom to buy it. She bought the primer too, which I have never been into mascara primers. I think just because I've never used them. And I feel like I want to steal hers and try it now. Because then it's like, what if it makes my eyelashes really crazy? But I just feel like it, I don't know if you guys can tell, but it just makes your eyelashes so long and so good. So you guys need to just spend the money and try this Diorshow Blackout and thank me later, because it makes your eyelashes so good. So that, and then moving on to lips, I have actually switched up my lip liner. So I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Pillowtalk 2 medium. So this is a little bit darker, a little bit deeper than the original Pillowtalk. Pillowtalk is like Pillowtalk is like a universal lip liner that I feel like looks good on every skin tone. and every lip color, because you know everyone has different lip colors too. Some people may pull a little bit more red in their lips, some people are more pink, some people have no color at all. It kind of just depends. So I've been using this Pillowtalk 2. Who is that? I've been using the Pillowtalk 2, which is a little bit deeper than the original Pillowtalk, and I've just decided that Bear, I'm almost done and you're snoring. I gotta take him on a walk after this. So this is Pillowtalk 2. I'm gonna be, I feel like I've said that 10 times, but I've come to the conclusion that Charlotte Tilbury lip liners are the best lip liners ever. I have yet to try another lip liner that stays on this long. It is a lip liner where if you are laying down, it's still gonna be on. If you eat something, it's still on. If you drink something, it's still on. You look and it's still like a light line of if you've had it on for 6 hours. It doesn't move. Every other lip liner I feel like I've tried, it moves. It almost like, especially because I have oily skin, I feel like when I use a different lip liner, it ends up all the way up here. I overline and then I get sweaty and then it's like I have brown up here and then I have like a poo mustache, which is so gross. So I got the Pillowtalk 2 because I like it because it's a little bit deeper and it's not necessarily brown. I love this and I love the Iconic Nude. If you guys haven't tried the Charlotte Tilbury lip liners, you need to try them. These are like the 3 products that I feel like are just life-changing from Charlotte Tilbury. Her products and packaging are just so good. Honestly, I've come to the conclusion they're so good, but those are the 3 products that I feel like are just bomb. I have tried actually her Pillowtalk mascara and I did not like it. So yeah, that. And then I have been kind of, I feel like I always do the same lip color. It's always a variation of nude pink. I've been using the MAC Creme Cup. I've used this for forever. I kind of need a new one actually, yeah. And if I want it to be a little bit more white, I'll do like a little bit of Myth on top of it. I did get the Patrick Ta Silky Lip Cream, really good. I think I got it in the lightest shade, really good. You don't need a lot of it. That's what I'll use too. I will link the color because I'm totally blanking on what it's called, but it's a silky lip cream, so feels like a liquid lip but not as dry and stays a bit longer than lipstick. Just depending on, I feel like that's something I would probably want to wear more at night just so it doesn't move and it stays on. And then my trusty dusty Nars Turkish Delight. This is my Hi! Are you over this video? He's like, I'm over it. This is the Nars Turkish Delight. My favorite lip gloss of all time. I have to always keep reapplying it, but I don't care because this is my favorite. If they ever discontinue this, I'm not kidding, I will cry myself to sleep. I feel like I should buy like 10 lip glosses so I don't think they ever will. I think it's been around for so long. This is like Kim Kardashian used to use this. Kim Zolciak used to use this. Like this is like, it looks so pink, and I've like told so many people about this. I feel like it looks so pink in the tube, but it's just like a really nice pinkish nude on. It's not like super pigmented to where you have like Barbie lips. It's more like cancels out your lip color with like a slight tinge of pink. So that, and then to finish off, I either use my MAC Fix Plus, which I need a new one. This is like my fave, or I use the Morphe Mini Continuous Setting Mist, which I'm almost out of too. This is really bomb. It's really light. It feels like you're getting misted. It's very light, very fine. This is a little bit more like wet when you spray it on your face. So that was it for my current makeup and skincare routine. If you guys want to see a video of me actually like doing it and getting ready with you guys, I can do that next. But if you have any video suggestions, let me know. I can't believe I have 500 subscribers. I honestly cannot believe that. It's insane to me. So thank you guys if you guys are a new subscriber, and I will see you guys next time.